What's up, guys? Today, we're just going to be talking briefly about how to build consistency. So, I hold near and dear to me that, one of my core beliefs is consistency can get you anywhere, to be to be quite frank. So, what do I really mean by this? Consistency has a power unlike most other things to compound in a way where you don't see any results until you see big results. A great example of this is people who, let's talk about people in the music business. You'll have people who make music for years upon years upon years with nobody having any interest. And then they create one album that's absolutely amazing, but it turns out that it's basically the same as the rest of their music. It just got attention for some reason, and then they blow up because all their music's actually good. Nobody just realized it. So that's one of the strengths of consistency is not only that it helps you succeed, but that when you do, the reward is ridiculous, like you would not even imagine. That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. I'm here to talk about how you can build consistency. So, a great example of this that comes to mind for trying to build consistency is, let's say that you want to read a book, but you find yourself getting distracted or you don't really feel very committed. What I would say you should do is just try and read 10 pages a night. And if that's too much, read five. As you kind of build that into habit and you're reading 5 pages a night, then you can bump it up to 10. Once you're reading 10, you can read 15. And as you continue to do that, you'll begin to enjoy it more. And then maybe one day you'll read 35 without even noticing it. At that point, you know, it compounds. It doesn't work specifically that well for this example, but then you'll finish the book quicker than you maybe originally thought you would because you actually start to enjoy the reading more than just wanting to do it. You become more invested, and then, as you read more pages, you begin to lose count of the specific number you had in your mind, but more so just become invested in the story. If you have something in mind and you know what to do to be consistent, but there's something holding you back, the number one thing that you can do is start anyways. Start anyways. Start right now. Start as soon as you possibly can, because what that does for you is even if you don't see results for the next 5 years, once you do, boom, you could not even imagine how large that thing will grow. You will succeed, and it's gonna look like you blew up overnight, but really you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the work the entire time, and boom. It's really important, and I think maybe this is where I was stuck at one point, is I wanted to do something to sort of gain momentum, to just feel like I wasn't wasting away with every day and, sitting around trying to come up with the perfect idea that was going to make me money and put me on the right track for the rest of my life. Never do that. Please never do that. It the only thing you end up doing is overthinking. You might even have a great idea at some point, and then you convince yourself that it's not that great of an idea when really it could have been very profitable, but you just never found out. So, and one thing I will tell you I need to do a bit less is say because I've noticed I've already done it 3 to 4 to 5 times this video. I will work on that. besides that, it's essential to understand the base principle of consistency because, again, once you do, you'll realize its power. Obviously, I can't just snap my fingers and make you a consistent person. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, and you have to do those things for yourself, and not only for your current self, but for your future self. So now I remember what I was going to say is if you don't have any ideas, you don't know specifically what to do, just start a YouTube channel. It's exactly what I did. And also, it's not going to be perfect the first try. You could post daily for a week and then not post for 2 months. I think I made one video and then I was gone for 2 months or 3 months or a month and a half. It doesn't matter. I was gone for a while. Then I came back and I've been pretty consistent ever since then. I think one of the things that definitely helped me with that was I came up with this idea of weekly goals. What that made me do was one, when I'm saying it and I'm actually posting the video, if it gets even one view, that's one person who knows that I have these goals. So I feel like I have to actually come through for that person. So it's not just me thinking of a goal that I want to do and, maybe I get to it. It's me telling other people I'm going to do these things, which reinforces the idea that you're going to do them, which leads you to doing them because you don't want to let those other people down and you don't want to lie to random people on the internet. That was a huge basis for me. And what I would do was I would make 3 goals. Typically, I didn't actually meet all 3 of the goals, but what it does is it makes you it makes you not focus on one thing, it makes you focused on multiple things. So at least you're going to be finishing one of the goals every week, if not 2, and hopefully even 3 if you can. The main thing for me was that one of my goals was always post X amount of times per week. So I think at the start it was maybe 4 times in a week, and then it got up to 6, I think. And to be honest, once I sort of switched over to just making daily videos, I left the weekly goals in the past because one, it was getting hard to think of new things that I need to do. I was pretty consistent having my goals that get more sleep and upload daily. So I honestly figured why tell people that every time when I could just make another video that's more beneficial. But it brought me here. So, even me 2 months ago would be happy to know where I am right now. And it all came from just consistency. Even if I didn't have any engagement, any subscribers, you're building a good habit and you're building a good skill that you can apply directly to other parts of your life. So even if nobody ever watches your videos you post for 10 years, you get 0 views, it does not matter because you can then go into business and go into other things, other aspects of your life and apply that consistency directly to those things. Now, obviously, if you're posting every day for 10 years, you would not get 0 views. You would likely gain a significant following. But regardless, the key idea is that building consistency once is going to let you more easily transfer that skill to other aspects of your life, which is where it can be especially beneficial is if I'm consistent in one thing, it's easy to be consistent in another thing, which can lead to success in both of those things. Hopefully you understand what I mean because I talk about this quite often. It's one of my core beliefs and I really hope you guys can sort of internalize it. If not, I completely understand. It's something that you have to realize for yourself instead of you just watch this video and you completely understand it and then you become the most consistent person ever. That's not really how it works. You have to actually, you know, have the talk with yourself and become that person. You can't just watch a video and immediately have the mentality. Overall, though, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think I've got anything else to say, so I'll just leave you with have a good night or morning or whatever time of day it is for you, and I will be back tomorrow.